Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Meticulous Talks on October 21st. I am cursedchords.
Bigcheese?
Grand pause.
Yes, sorry to drag you in here.
You're fine. I've been sleeping all day. It's all good.
Good. That's good to hear. Yes, tonight is Invitational night, as it's been for every night. Well, not every night. If it was every night, that would suck. Every Saturday night for the past little while. And the quarterfinals are done. Means it's time for the semifinals.
Yay.
Hooray, indeed.
Each of-
Although I think that's a good suggestion for next year's Invitationals tournament. We'll just do it daily. That's fine.
That would be, yeah. Well, so I had actually suggested to Hithrock after HithCon that next year we just do the whole invitationals at HithCon.
It's an option.
It's a
The
possibility.
games take 3 hours.
It would be a real marathon. Anyway, you, Grandpaws, are here after beating me at HithCon, and Cheese is here after beating Hithrock in a brawl of a match.
That was one of the matches of all time. And I mean all time. Like all the time.
It was a great match.
I thought so. But the tournament goes on. Two of you have come together in the bracket, and only one of you can be in the upper bracket final. So that's what we'll decide tonight. Yeah. So I guess there's no need to gild this lily any further. Our first game of the night is going to be core. And both of you opted for the thorax list.
Yay, thorax.
No one wanted to make a long night of it, I guess.
Not so much that. Cheese, what was your reasoning?
Thorax good.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
In general, starting off with a win is generally good. It makes you not as worried, and thorax is the highest chance of winning.
That's fair. The thorax list may not be completely original, barring, several small tweaks to account for the invitational ban list. But it's a top performer, and I agree with Cheese. If you can go into the second game in a calmer state of mind, you're less likely to inadvertently tilt or misplay. So,
Yeah.
Yep. Thorax is not, however, like a necessarily easy deck to play. There's a lot of nuance to it, though. So,
especially recently, between the discounts that you can get off of Antoine, with the sheer number of disruptive events that the deck is packing, it is not brain dead aggro. Especially not in the mirror match. In fact, maybe even arguably more so in the mirror match, it becomes more interactive.
quite so. The somewhat limited, although more than recently, now that Scary Story's in, bits of disruption you've gotten there all becomes so much more important when you're stopping thorax, the opposing thorax, from taking a DFO, which you then swipe yourself, of course.
Very true.
So we basically are only going over one deck here. I challenge any viewers in the audience to spot the difference between these two lists. But who wants to start?
Take us away, Cheese.
Sure.
Your deck is up, Cheese.
Oh, it is up. Okay. It's thorax. This is I think we've seen a lot of this deck. I think it's No, I don't know if anyone would play this at whatever it was called, the Continentals, but it's mono yellow and critter and Fluttershy.
Yeah, as we kind of mentioned on the stream this morning, the synergy between Birds of a Feather, once you can get it out and going for a little while, and Antoine to supercharge you into more and more stuff is kind of ridiculous if you can land that.
Yeah,
And that's
and
kind of the whole point of the deck is landing that.
Birds of a Feather is not a card that's allowed to stay in play. So, but if she can, then she does some work. The first turn, it's generally like, okay. And then the second, like as soon as she readies, it's just so many critters.
Yep. And the sideboard, which I can tell you already, is going to be the same between our two players. Gardens,
Oh, yeah.
Spooky Ruins, and Raccoon Rampage.
Yeah, resources don't matter. Spooky Ruins, which is a resource, doesn't matter. And troublemakers don't matter. So
I might make the argument that there is at least one resource that matters, but you want to leverage it yourself and uh, not have both of you suffer from it. So taking out Raccoon Rampage while leaving in like Brian is more impactful since we're both leaving in our snack stance.
Yeah, it seems like a fairly likely situation that Raccoon Rampage would just end up taking out both the snack stands.
yeah. Unless you're the only one with it, but yeah. But cards got to go. Like you need to find those bunyips. You need to find those or is it adoption options so you can find everything else.
Mm-hmm.
The levels of like escalation or increasing threat level of this deck kind of chain from one to the other. Getting the initial confront off to get your power flowing is nice. The adoption options is like the first major leap. Then when you can end up getting an Antoine and or Birds of a Feather out, that's another huge leap, and it just goes kind of crazy. Like each key piece brings the deck's performance up so much more above the performance of that same deck without that piece in play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to transition over to yours, Grand Paws. Once again, challenge to the viewer to spot the difference, other than the fact that it says Grand Paws in the corner now.
Sure. Yeah, same sideboard, same reasons. We built the deck just slightly differently, but maybe those of you with the keen eye will spot it. The matchup is going to be focusing on one of two things: either having the most explosive start that you can and capitalizing on that momentum and not letting your opponent get it back, or having as much disruption as you possibly can, whether that be unsats or scary stories, Yonas, what have you.
Mhm.
A lot of
Yona
it,
only hits like one thing in this deck, but
yeah, but it's the most important thing.
it kind of is.
Um, and a lot of it's also going to come down to problem deck flips, actually. Flipping a distracted lead actress versus flipping a swaying the sea ponies can be a tremendous difference. So, since we
Yep.
don't have any control over that, it's just going to be interesting to see how it kind of pans out.
For sure. All right.
Yeah, deal
Oh, sorry.
distracted leading actress is interesting in Thorax because it's like it's both Thorax can't confront it, but also everything else can.
Yeah, it is virtually guaranteed to just be two of your other friends will do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to say before we start?
Good luck.
Look.
Okay. Let's get to it then.
Okay. Well, let's roll first then. 3.
All right. Die rolls at the start. Feels good winning
Yep.
the die roll in an aggro mirror. So
It does. Sure. Also, in general, getting to go first on the first game in invitation in a best of 3 is good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a weird hand. There's an unsat, a scary story, and an adoption options, and a snack stand, which are like 4 of the best non-friend cards. And then I have 2 friends that technically aren't playable yet, but if I just wait for Cheese to confront, then I can just put Fluttershy into play, and then I can go from there.
Yep. And I have a hand that is technically playable, but I will not keep. I elect them all.
Yeah, I think you can draw better.
And now I have 2.
All right. Then I will start the clock. Good luck to you both.
Good luck.
Yep. And an adoption options.
2AT. Yeah, but you've got 2 kind as can be and the Yona. The adoption options for both of us is interesting at least. So
pass turn.
Now, see, I was confident that you were going to go for the turn 2 confront.
Okay. Into draw a card.
But there's no way to do that. So
pass. No. Everything in my hand is 2 rec or more.
pass. So we're now on turn 3 of Thorax versus Thorax with concerning cutie mark.
And it was at this point that it's like, okay, we both have
I know exactly what you're doing.
Fluttershy.
This is hilarious. I like it.
Bad hair day. I think I know what's happening. And I think I still is Brian not 1 rec? No. Brian's like 3 rec, I think.
Brian is 2 rec.
2 rec, yeah.
I played the snack stand here not necessarily because I'm going to be able to get value out of it this turn, but because if I don't, I'm going to discard, and I'd rather, not. Yeah.
Oh, you played a card. Okay. Draw a card. Okay. So now I actually can do things. Let's pay to move up.
Okay.
And you move a character. Put this into play. Give me 1 sec. That will go there. I forget what the math was here, but then I think I was trying to see if I could double confront easily without playing the bad hair days.
Oh, sure, to make use of them on a later turn.
Yeah. Yeah, and here the annoying thing is that I think both Yona and Bunyip are 4.
Oh, they are 4, and so you don't want to use your Fluttershy yet either. Interesting.
I don't play. My hand is weird. But I think I end up doing it anyway. And I think here I could have done something different.
I mean, you could have played one of the Fluttershys maybe,
Your snack stand.
and gone for the Bunyip.
Yeah. Because you have stuff, but you can't play anything.
Correct.
Until after I confront.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm stuck with a difficult choice. I'm not discarding the Fluttershys or any of the disruptive tools, so it was a matter of do I discard the second unsat or the Yona, and it's got to be the Yona. The unsat's too flexible.
Yeah.
It's 1 less friend, which is kind of rough because I don't have that many in my hand right now, but
sure.
you do what you got to do.
2 for a Fluttershy.
Okay.
And now I can play my other friends for adoption options.
Okay.
I didn't need to play adoption options here. Let's grab. But I guess I had the AT, and I wanted to play an Antoine, I guess.
Yeah, playing an Antoine here is nice.
And a Antoine.
Okay.
And then shuffle deck. I will spend
I think you go for Bunyip, right?
Yeah. I think it's a Bunyip and an Antoine, right? I'll spend 2 for Antoine.
And then second Bunyip, is that right?
And I will. Did I? I think I did.
I can't remember.
For it's like there's never a not to. Oh, I think I was like checking Antoine to see if I could pay 0, but it's like, oh no, minimum of 1. I will confront at my problem. Score a point. Triggers. Flip that over. Trigger. Frighten to score a point.
Sure. Responses.
Yep.
Bad hair day.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to do both, and I say yes, I will do both because this does not trigger. This does not trigger a single. They were not in play already.
Sure. Yeah.
Your professor of kindness back to your hand. I had to think about whether or not I was going to unsat that, but denying the DFO here is really important because it not only denies the other confront and the other Bunyip, but the other point from winning the face-off. So it's like a 3-point denial, even if the friend it bounces is not as impactful as like Birds of a Feather, since I know you have that in hand.
Yeah. Pass turn.
But at least I have wreck now.
Yep. Getting a not featherweight. Is that featherweight?
Yeah, that's featherweight.
Yeah, that's featherweight. Getting featherweight here is nice.
Featherweight here is quite nice because I'm going for the DFO, so. And one good adoption deserves another, so.
Yep. Yeah. Now the other big difference here is the 3 disruption versus I think I've had basically 0 because you don't have what's her name until now. Birds of a Feather.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Yona's only useful against her. So.
Right. Yeah, that was the reason for keeping the hand, was the sheer amount of disruption that was there. There were only 2 pieces at first. I drew into a third before I drew into the rack, and that was fortuitous in this game. Move thorax. One nice thing, I suppose, is that as we're playing this match, since it really can go so close, there's a high likelihood that one or both of us are going to completely spend our resources on a given turn. So even though I may have these disruptive tools, I'm going to have to somewhat handicap myself in certain situations to leave the AT up to play it, and that might end up benefiting Cheese more. So
add those.
Sure. Confront my concerning cutie mark. Frighten both Bunyips.
Yeah, so it's double confront and then face off.
Yep. Let's see.
And I think I have a lot more power in the face off.
You do, significantly.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
4,
9,
5,
10,
6,
just on thorax alone.
Yeah. I guess it's easier to use this one.
Score face. Or face off, rather.
Yep.
Flips. Okay, you got it.
Yep.
Fine. Losing the face off here to at least be in a slightly more decent position. The one kind of awkward thing here is because I disrupted the Professor of Kindness
Problems.
instead of being able to disrupt the Bunyip, because you still would have been able to confront.
Uh,
That Bunyip is
critter?
now at home and swift and unfrightened, so you're still going to be able to pay 1 to score a point whenever you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Pass turn.
Cool. Game 3. Draw a card.
That's a nice draw.
Yep. I will retire critter and pay 1 to play kind pony to bounce featherweight.
I'm very sad about this.
I did not want you to have card advantage.
That is completely fair.
Then
Yeah, you've got AT advantage right now thanks to Antoine. So definitely a good way to leverage it is stop your opponent from being able to gain advantage through any other means.
Yep. Maybe this works. We'll see. Okay. We'll retire 3 critters. Get rid of 3 critters. I
That's
tried,
critical.
yeah,
Sorry.
except for that's not actually it's a not? critter because it's That's true. It frightened. only has its name. Okay, yeah. 3 critters. To pay 1 for Fluttershy. The bird's with a feather. It's not staying on the board.
Can't do it. Got to burn through.
Yeah.
Very, very fortunate that Bad
Fine.
Hair Day has
I
both traits.
Pass turn.
If that was just a critter, I would not have been able to do that.
Antoine.
Yep. You got your own Antoine.
Retire.
Yep.
Retire.
Into your discard pile.
Birds.
For 2. Yep. Was there a reason that you didn't
Sure.
want to spend the other critter to
There
reduce
is.
cost more?
Yeah.
There is.
Good.
If I retired that other Fluttershy and you have an unset to bounce my Birds of a Feather,
Making
I
3.
no longer have a Pegasus in play, and I can't disrupt
Yep.
your next Birds of a
Okay.
Feather.
Game 3. Draw a card.
Assuming I
one.
have another unset, which I
Yeah.
don't right now,
Two.
but you know.
1 sec. We'll go over here.
I also didn't feel like, given the board
Yep.
state at that time, like I was going to
move to character. Put that into play.
really benefit from playing either Defend the Hive or Scary Story.
Then
Or at least would want to use them
never mind, it does.
where they
Okay.
were more impactful.
I
So
can
going down to 0
retire Antoine.
was okay to leave another friend in play to make Thorax bigger.
Pay Yeah. 1 And here I needed to retire Antoine to be
play
able to actually confront.
Iona.
And I had to confront this turn
And
with
then I can pay 2 to move up. Yes, you can.
Then I can go to what's his name? Thorax. And confront, bring out your best.
Yep.
I will bounce. To be able to bounce her.
I
will.
You could have
frighten
retired Gummy, couldn't you?
additional point.
Because Thorax would be like 1 billion power. Well, not
Okay.
1 billion, but he'd have a lot.
Pass turn. Yeah.
Okay.
But you also have the kind as can be in your hand,
Actually, no, 'cause I
and
played another
so
thing. One,
getting
two,
Antoine in your
three,
discard pile is actually
four,
not the
five.
worst thing.
You're good. Draw.
Yeah.
Well, that's featherweight number 2. I still don't want to play them yet.
Why not?
Why do I not want to play featherweight number 2?
Okay.
because
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't you don't want to
Yes.
play it unless he's gonna get sent home.
Responsibility
Yeah, I
for
don't even want to play featherweight number 1 right now.
Yeah.
pay one for featherweight.
Never
Right.
mind, I lied. Apparently, I do.
That's 7 rec, right?
That is 7 rec. Correct.
Yeah. Do you just like move up your main?
I think I just. What do I do here? I think I do move up my main.
It's a little dangerous.
I'm up a fair amount in power if I move up the main.
Move Thor.
'Cause you have 7 and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got 3 more on thorax, so
And I've got 1 more power among the other
Yep.
friends there, so.
Confront.
oh yeah, because featherweight is
Face
2.
off. I'm at 14 versus your 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. I'll score 2.
It was a little risky.
Yep.
And then I think this is the problem that I don't want to. Yeah, that was the risk of going for something like that.
Thinking here.
Yeah, it's like the first time you move, you can move something else.
And a
Retire
3
one bunny.
bonus problem, which are just enormous.
Yep. Yeah, both my frighten stuff is bad. Yep. Well, yeah, because nobody has frighten.
Yep.
But I only have 4 AT.
Okay. Gain 4. Draw a card.
And a defend life.
That's a good card.
Okay. Let's pay 2. To
Now, I am surprised, and I'd have to go
That's
read
right.
Swaying the Sea Ponies again. Do you have to move something less, or
that,
could you have paid 1 to
then
move Yona
go to score
and
phase.
then
Yep.
move
Right.
the next
Oh.
3?
Pay 1.
I
I
think
might
that
have been
works that
able
way.
to. Yeah.
Confront for 1.
I might just not have seen that. Or been thinking about it.
Okay. You got it.
The face off. Gain 3 up to 10. Oop,
Well, you still end up
up to 10.
getting a 5-point turn, so.
Yep.
I'll name critter with bring out your best.
Distracted.
Sounds good.
All right. My turn.
Tricky, tricky.
4, 5. Yes, pass turn.
Gain 4. Draw for eager. Draw for turn.
Okay, well, there's unsat number 3 and featherweight number 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Retire critter to Antoine.
So many featherweights.
Retire token to Antoine.
Yep, birds here makes sense.
Birds.
And I've got 1,
Yep.
2, 3 currently.
Mm-hmm.
Bunya.
Yep.
And it is a little unfortunate
Go to
that I
score phase.
can't DFO from this situation.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I'll have to frighten the bunyip first before using birds of a feather.
5, 6, 7. Yep.
Gain fright.
But at least I can do some face-off chicken. I think I actually exhaust her to put the 3 friends here at Bring Out Your Best to boost power.
Well, because you know that I'm
I'll use
going to
birds.
try and bounce her.
Right.
Yep.
Pass.
So as long as I can get at
Okay.
least 3 critter friends every
Gain
time
4,
I play
draw a
Birds of a
card.
Feather, I don't care if you bounce her too much.
Yeah, because you cost 1 to
Okay.
replay.
Right.
Got a plane.
Let's pay 1.
Okay.
Swift up.
Mm-hmm.
Pay 2 for Fluttershy.
Mm.
And then pay 2 to move up.
And trying to remember. Do I
Okay.
allow
Score
the
phase.
bounce here, or do I play
I
defend
will
the hive?
attempt to confront my problem.
I am thinking about that. Regardless, yes, I think that is okay.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you let me confront.
I do. I let you confront. I let you bounce the Fluttershy, and then
Okay.
this is the turn where I feel Scary
Score
Story
one,
is best because
bounce.
thanks to the power
Flip
boost
other.
from Bring Out Your Best, if I shut off Thorax, I'm
I
2 up in
will
the face-off
attempt to
again.
confront. Bring out your best.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Fine.
Then we'll have a face off.
Okay.
Cursed cut out a fair amount of thinking at that point, but
Yes.
Okay.
that's
So I am.
But yeah,
currently
stealing
Yeah,
the face
'cause
off with
you
Scary
have-
Story is
and you are currently at
real.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Because you have
6
6
right now.
power over there.
9.
right, exactly.
Yes. And we both flipped 1s. So.
And confirm Yona and Fluttershy are both at.
I'm just
2
double
power
checking
each.
all the
It's
math as
split,
much as
correct?
possible.
Yep.
And I am at 7 because of Bring Out.
Yeah, high flips are not these
Scary Story
decks'
4.
specialties.
They are not. They will come up on occasion,
Ah.
but not
okay.
all the time.
Yep. That's fine.
Score 2.
Yeah, that's I find that to be a fairly advanced play. To use the disruption to steal the face-off points rather than to stop the face-off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will call Critter.
Cheese did a lot
again.
of thinking on that turn as well. Again,
home
if you look at the
limit.
timer and
I
watch the
will
VOD later, you can see how much it'll actually jump.
get rid of
Yeah.
Bunyip.
And trigger on Bring Out Your Best.
Yeah, I said Critter.
Oh, Critter. Okay, sure.
Yep. Thankfully, though, with
Okay,
the other
me?
cards that I've got here, I can
Yep.
just go
5. Draw for Eager, draw for turn.
Yep.
right into a Thorax DFO and play a few other friends for assurance. So
We'll just defend the hive.
Yep.
Moving Thorax over here.
Yeah. I've had like other than
Mhm.
Yona,
Yona, I've had no disruption.
yeah, you drew no Scary Story, you drew no
I'll return
Unsat.
your
They were both in your opening hand, but the opening
Yeah.
hand didn't have much else. So yeah, that was yet another example of in the mirror. It's often disruption versus go fast. So
Fluttershy into play for 2.
Yep.
and so I just got the lucky draws.
And what do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Extra power.
And I'm just trying to play out
Okay,
a board
score
as large
phase,
as possible in case I
Yes.
suddenly lose higher
Do
brain
that.
function and cannot math, but
Yep.
is okay.
Okay, GG.
Yep. Good game. Yeah, the 2 unsats early was unfortunate for me.
I don't know if I should have used the first one, but I definitely needed to use the second one.
Yeah.
And yeah, did you just never find any?
Yeah, and
Nope.
as we did figure out, as we talked about that match later, yes, I did need to use it because if you look at the final score there, it was 15-12. And if I had not used that first unsat, you would have scored an extra 3 points, so you would have had the game.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so that's game 1. Grandpa's goes up a game. But now we move to adventure. And it's not just going to be aggro versus aggro there.
That's what you say. I
Trying
mean,
to remember your decks. Is it possible?
it is not possible.
Not possible.
But not because of me, because of Cheese.
Yes. I don't believe in aggro.
That's right. You have the combo and the BRB deck, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, so you actually, you had choices to make as to which deck to play in core, but you had other choices to make here. I guess you started Cheese in core, so Grandpa's.
I struggled with this one for a while. The deck that I prefer playing is Mill. and especially given these two matchups, it's definitely still Mill. Luna Purple is fine and has some good tools, but has a very high likelihood of just getting completely stonewalled by Cheese's Tempest control deck, and likely does not have enough disruption to deal with the combo or potentially enough point acceleration to outrace it. The problem is, I won the first game. That means Cheese is going first. And if Cheese chooses to play Tempest in this match and rips a key piece out of my hand early, like an AT generator, then I am not going to be happy. Then I might end up having a slow start, and Cheese can accumulate resources. He's got a fair amount of disruption in the Tempest list with Coriander and Sudden Closure, and he's got Troublemaker Recursion with Twilight and Rarity, with Grubber and all kinds of stuff to just, really slow me down. But most scary of all is he's got 2 copies of School Shutdown. The combo deck does not have School Shutdown, but I was really, really dreading the matchup versus Tempest, and ultimately just decided, you know what? If I played the matchup versus Tempest, I'd rather do this. I'd rather play Mill here because this will be fun. I like playing the Mill deck. I want to play it. And if it goes to core, which there's a 50-50 shot for game 3, then at least it's the Still Partying versus the Mirror Pool deck. And I think that one's interesting and a bit more even. So I just said, whatever. I'll try it. I'll play Mill and hope that the start that Cheese has picking Tempest Control is okay.
We've seen this Mill deck a couple times, I think, by now. Actually, no, wait, we haven't, because there was no deck overviews in your match against me. So this is the first time it's been on like a proper stream of one of these.
Sure, we've talked about it a bit on ours. I'll go quickly. Get the Mill is shorthand for take cards from the opponent's deck and put them in the opponent's discard pile. There's a couple different ways to do that here. Most of them are song-based. So you've got Raise This Barn and I'm the Friend You Need, which are very efficient. They're both songs. They synergize well with Octavia. And Octavia, although she's core legal and these songs are core legal, suffers from not having access to Heart Strongest Horses and Spectacle, which are present in Adventure. There's just so many little groups of cards that work together so well here. You've got so many AT generators between Starlight Trixie and Factory Organizer and Spell for that. You've got the option to loop Spectacle and Heartstrong as horses with each other if you have a Twirling Tunes out. Octavia puts a counter on herself when you play a song using her ability, so it's actually more efficient once you get it going. And then you've got Rockturit and Sweetie Belle for just incremental mill, and Coriander Cumin and Heartstrong as horses for hand disruption, and it's just a blast to play. And you can get up from the table and walk away when it's not your turn, because there's basically nothing that you can do on your opponent's turn. Your only immediate speed interactions are to exhaust Guidance Counselor to gain an AT, to exhaust Factory Organizer to gain an AT, or to exhaust Sweetie Belle or Rockturit to mill, but you're going to do those on your turn anyway.
Yep.
So that's it. My hope here is that if I'm playing up against the Tempest list, I can just mill out, as much as possible and use Spirit Siphon to prevent any type of recursion that may be present, and hope that I can hit the School Shutdown.
Fair enough. And yeah, this deck can go like Mill in the past has been like a bit of a slow burn kind of a thing. This deck can go really fast if it hits its stride.
Okay. Now, everything that I just said about that the Tempest matchup doesn't matter.
Yep.
You're right, because Cheese is playing Celestia.
Combo.
Sure.
Lunch break. It does things. Yeah, we talked about. Did I end up
No, I didn't end
No.
up playing.
Not this
that.
one, I don't think, against Hithrock, no.
No.
This was the only deck that didn't get played in that match.
Yeah. Okay. So this is missed mainless lunch break combo. And it just does a thing where you can play Granny Smith for 180. Well, net 180. And keep doing it until you score enough points. With Daybreaker.
Yes. Yeah.
And I only sideboarded one card because against Mill, you want your cards. And yeah.
I thought I had AT generation in the mill deck. This thing puts it to shame.
It does try to generate a few ats.
I mean, you got your guidance counselors, you've got your Trixies, you've got your Daring Do's, you've got your read the manuals, you've got your Tranquilities. You just like, yeah.
And those read the manuals can be copied.
Yeah, because Magic Instructor is technically legal in this format.
For now. Well, it will be. Yes.
It is legal in this format.
It is legal in this format. That is correct.
Yep.
So yeah, this is going to be a game of will Cheese get his combo pieces or will he not?
Yep.
Yeah. One lunch break with this deck, thanks to the consistency provided by Royal Tutor, can often mean more lunch breaks just because of the digging and the AT generation. And being able to copy it with Magic Instructor and I think the real tech here is Trixie Hat Trick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make it really cheap. If you if you copy one lunch break, you are very likely to be able to play another one and copy it.
And then there's
They're all
this
down at
thing
the
called
bottom.
there's this thing called alternative solution, which I think Hithrock has opinions of.
He is something of a promoter of that problem, yes.
I like that problem. It's a good problem.
It is. One of the best control problems printed in a long, long time. Although he uses it mainly for combo things.
I use it for aggro things. It's just a fun problem.
All right. Yeah, even Bugle doesn't agree with me. Control. Fair enough. Purple's not allowed to have things that aren't control.
Purple is allowed to have things that aren't control. In fact, that's the whole point. It's not control. It's an aggro problem. Come on, break out your Celestia orange again. We need to see more of that.
It's true. We do need to see more of that. All right. Anything else to say before we get to this game?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
That is a hand you have there with some AT generation.
Yeah.
It's not an option.
Yeah,
Actually.
it has.
Yeah, because we still have
It only has one event. Well, for flipping, but it is an event that digs, so that's fine. Has AT gen, and it has 2 of the combo pieces.
Yeah. My hand here is absurd. I've got 2 AT generators. I've got a Rock Turret and Raise This Barn, and I've got a Coriander Cumin, and then Hearts that I can't play now, but will be good later. Like, Mill can draw some of the stupidest opening hands just because of orange, purple, white have very good cards in Adventure.
Yeah. Okay, ready to go?
Do it.
Cool. Gain 2. I will spend.
Hold on. Naming orange.
Oh, yep. Okay. I will spend 1 to play Twilighting. Let's
Do you draw into your tranquility here? I think you played a
search.
tranquility on turn 1, didn't you?
Yep.
One in hand, one on top, one on bottom. One in hand. Does this actually? Nope, it doesn't actually go to my hand. Whatever. That one's in hand.
Yeah,
This
doing this is
one
annoying
is
because you can't put
top.
cards
This
into
one's
a
in
deck that
hand.
you're searching.
So you can't actually do any of that, and that actually messed up. So yeah.
So
That one's on bottom. That one's on top, and that one's in hand. Okay.
but yeah,
I will
got the tranquility.
pay one for
So
a
cycle of
tranquility.
tranquility
Seems good.
And
to get another lunch break.
okay, I will pass turn.
Okay.
And you've already got the barrel, so if you can, and you've got the Daybreaker, so you have the option for the blue wreck.
Yep.
Let's review.
Yep.
The rules change really helps spell for that quite a bit.
Okay.
Going
Yeah.
second.
Many of these are coming into play this turn.
There are times
Yep.
where it's like, oh, my hand is great.
Factory Jack
And then you're like, I draw a card. Oops.
into Trixie. Remove the spell counter immediately.
And then for the rest of the game, you can't flip.
Into Rock Directed. Please mill 2.
All right, the milling begins.
Okay.
Okay.
Granny Smith in the
Pass turn.
discard is interesting because
Okay.
it's
Gain
one of the
2.
least impactful cards until it's
And
the
draw a
most
card.
impactful card.
And what did I actually discard?
So it is
Yeah.
important to keep track of it.
So surprise,
I will
surprises.
spend 3.
Relevant here, you have useful
to
friends.
Play. So I glimmer
Sure. That's fine.
and exhaust for 1. And pass turn.
Okay. Ready. Gain action token. Exhaust Factory.
I messed up here
And exhaust Rock Direct. Mill 2.
because I forget the trigger for spell for that, which is very unfortunate. If
Okay.
I'm
I
processing
will flip my
activated
main.
abilities, I've already passed priority.
I will.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I
actually
think here I've
flip
already
priority,
lost
so-
2 Granny
Oh,
Smiths.
well, I
Yes,
guess
that
that's
was
a
the
may,
second Granny
and
Smith.
I'm already past that, so that's fine. I do not get the trigger on spell for that this turn.
I think there are 3.
Oh, because you already activated.
Yeah,
the
because she's not an
immediate, yeah.
alicorn.
Yeah.
Or unicorn.
That's
And already used Applejack, yeah.
I'm okay not having revealed the I'm the friend because I don't have the white anyway. I do play Coriander. I hem and haw for a bit over whether or not to name lunch break or read the manual.
Read the manual.
And I opt for read the manual because lunch break, while powerful, requires some setup, and read the manual will be the most important thing to get it going.
Maybe lunch break
Oops.
isn't good.
Yeah.
Lunch break also is going to require getting either Granny Smith or Daybreaker into play. Or I'm sorry, a Daring Do, something else to get the blue wreck necessary. So
Yep.
Pass turn.
Okay. Gain. Draw a card. Pay
Luster's
3.
good, although you could search for Luster, but now you can search for
Sorry.
something else.
Yeah.
And then I will go to score face.
Score phase is fine.
Confront for 1 and face off.
I'll gain an AT.
Mm-hmm.
Flips.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, having a face off here just
Use the face off.
means
Yep.
you're not sitting there confronting.
And then I will exhaust both starlights.
Yep.
Getting rid of your orange isn't really relevant.
Okay.
Because my deck doesn't really have enough removal to get rid of other stuff.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
Ready. Gain action tokens. I will process Spell Showdown's trigger first.
Remembering my triggers this time. Spell Showdown, no good.
So no Spell Showdown.
Nope.
I will go ahead and reveal that.
Let's keep track of that and see how many Spell Showdown triggers there are.
Okay.
And now I will do the Factory Jack and Rock Druid things. Okay. And
a couple of friends.
Guidance Counselor for turn.
Mm-hmm.
here, I think this is a pretty easy.
Guidance
Yeah,
counselor
should be
4,
Starlight, raise this barn, then exhaust
2,
Trixie, gain an AT.
and we're gonna put her. Yeah, I think we can leave her at mine. That's fine.
I think I'm okay leaving Buckball where it is. There are far more dangerous
Play.
problems for that deck to have.
Raise this bar.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mode being mill 6.
Couple of events.
Tranquility to trade.
Got a Magic Instructor. That's nice to see.
And double worn out. Okay.
2 worn outs. 1 of the Starlights.
Counters going on.
Hitting more combo pieces than anything else right now, but you know what? That's fine.
And spell counter on Trixie. Exhaust Trixie for an AT.
Mhm.
Exhaust Starlight for an AT.
Mhm.
Pass turn.
Okay.
And I need to remove that counter from Trixie.
At the end of your turn, I'm gonna pay 2 to play Spider Surprise. And I have the 7, so we're gonna put that 3 down. We're gonna put Starlight Glimmer 3 down. Then I will exhaust this card to search.
Yeah, the hope here
And
is
we
to
will
slow you down a
find-
bit.
Sure, makes sense.
Where is she? We will find a Trixie.
Sure. Drawing into AT friends instead of drawing into something else impactful is also
Okay.
problematic, not
My
beyond just
turn.
removing AT generators.
Game
So.
3.
Yeah.
Draw.
Like you got to play it and you got to draw it. So there's another combo piece.
Cards.
You drew the second Magic Instructor. Nice.
Yeah. So there are 1 required and 1 optional, but pretty important combo piece that I still need.
I will exhaust and exhaust.
And I am curious.
I will pass turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess there's not a lot to copy yet, so
Ready.
no reason to, right?
Game 3, trigger spell
Yeah.
shutdown first.
Spell shutdown trigger.
Does not work.
No good.
That's fine. I'll reveal it was spelled for that.
Mhm.
Gain the AT. Mill 2.
0 for 2.
Stay.
Okay.
Okay.
That's now 2
So
Granny
draft at
Smiths
the end.
and 2 Starlights in the discard.
Yep. And there are only 2 Starlights.
20.
I did not
So-
remember that at this time. I thought there may have still been a third. So I was not 100% confident that the, efficient combo was done.
Main phase.
Mhm.
Barrel for white.
Yeah. Because the efficient one is 1 AT per point.
Return.
Yep. 3
Uh,
white is quite nice. Now I can, I'm the friend, mill some extra stuff, put a counter back on Trixie, get some AT, maybe
I'm
play
the friend who needs
hearts.
mill 5.
So lost the 3rd lunch break. That's okay.
Okay.
Lost the AT gen, which is not great.
Yeah, I was glad to see the read the manual go. Go up to 5. I could play hearts here, but I kind of want to save some of the songs if I can draw into Octavia.
Yeah.
I know Starlight's here. I can draw a little closer to her. I'm thinking about what to do. I think I decide just to go for the draw.
Beta draw.
Coriander's interesting because I've got hand knowledge, and having milled one of the lunch breaks, I say, yeah, you know what? Let's just get rid of them entirely.
While I
Yeah.
And that was frustrating. Because now I don't have any lunch breaks.
Yeah, because of the miss main ban, the deck has no recursion in it. I made sure to look at that earlier.
Daybreaker, Barrel, Luster, Magic Instructor. What's the last
sorry,
one?
let me.
Trixie.
Yeah.
Okay, pass turn.
Okay. Ready.
Yeah, because with 8/10 AT,
3. Draw a card. Let's pay 1 to draw.
yeah, at this point I was like looking for a tranquility.
Sure.
And another one.
There are 2 in the discard right now. One you played, one that got milled.
Yeah. Because that would give me a bunch of AT.
Okay. That's interesting.
Now that's good because I can copy it with Magic Instructor.
Exhaust and exhaust. Up to
Get a good
6.
amount of AT, yeah.
But I don't actually have the AT to do that this turn
Let's draw one more.
because I need 3 unicorns, and then there's another one.
Okay, let's pay 1 to play Singing Barrel, Calling Blue.
Okay, that's fine.
Pay 3. 4. Read the
And then-
manual. Up to 6.
Yep.
Pay 1 to draw.
What did you say you were drawing for here? Another tranquility?
Yeah, it's 1 tranquility
Ah, that's fair.
to make it worth it to play Starlight. Yeah.
Let's.
And I also didn't really have any options, so it probably would have been better here to. Well, yeah, and it's really dangerous to let you take turns.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think part of it was like I didn't want to lose the tranquility if it was there.
Right.
Because it would be 6 AT and 2 cards.
Let's.
Well, net 5, but yes.
Oh, it's net 6.
2.
Is it? Let's see. You gain 2.
4.
Pay 1, gain 3.
Daring Do.
No. Oh,
Then gain 4.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
1. 4.
Yeah, net 6.
A Trixie.
Okay.
And I think you go for the Luna's Future here, right?
Yeah.
Because that's your other option is
And then.
even if you can't shut off the deck's ability to remove your deck, if you can shut off my ability to close out the game, which is entirely on Rockturret, then that's still an option.
Yeah.
Because then you can still rely on things like Luster Dawn and Daring Do and doing all sorts of that. Plus, I know you've still got that Daybreaker in hand.
Oops, I reset my thing. Trigger on Luna's Future. I don't actually know what I have left. Let's see. Sure, let's grab a baby flare card.
Sure, makes sense.
This is a very good find. It does also give me knowledge to play around, but I think you kind of had to do it.
I will pass turn.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
And this is also very scary for me because it means that I cannot play Rockturret until your hand is empty.
0 for 3.
Yep.
Okay, well, reveal with spell for that.
Yep.
Exhaust. Get the AT. Draw.
And then I think Starlight should be the next card.
Starlight is not white right now.
Pretty sure she is anyway.
know what's next,
Okay, yeah.
so I'll pay 1 to draw it. I'll pay 1 to play Trixie.
Yep.
And remove the counter immediately.
Mhm.
Okay, let's
I think here you use hearts.
play out Starlight.
No.
No, I don't think so. Not this turn. I still want to save the hearts plus whatever I bring back with Octavia, if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just pass turn.
I think I'm okay
Okay.
slow rolling this, knowing that the
Ready.
combo and the
That was your blue.
extra turns are gone.
Yeah.
Game 3. And draw a card for turn.
There is still the risk of you being able to have a series of good face-off plays because you do have more. As silly as it sounds, you do have more AT
draw?
gain potential than I do, even with the board I have set up. So if you can leverage Daybreaker, there's nothing I can do. I can't react to it. So my hope at this point is actually to not just not just rip your hand apart, but also get your deck completely empty, so at least you're not flipping for face-offs.
2.
Yeah.
4.
Drew a bunch more cards hoping to get the tranquility. It didn't happen.
Then go to
Yeah, because I needed like a few turns ago
confront for 1
to get it
an action
and get a
token.
bunch of AT and be able to
Then
start double
end of
confronting.
turn, get rid of that.
Okay.
Get rid of that. And we will get rid of that.
Okay.
Yep. I will pass turn.
Okay. Ready. Gain action tokens. Let's
Fourth
try
shot at Spell
number
Showdown.
4.
Ta-da!
No, still doesn't work.
Hey, it's Octavia.
That's fine.
I am perfectly fine seeing that, though.
Yep.
Now we get to see the real stupid stuff.
It's fine.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It'll all be fine. What are we dealing with here?
I will say it is much easier on TTS to figure out exactly how many cards are left in your opponent's deck compared to playing in person with Cursed.
Barrel for white.
Mm-hmm.
Return barrel.
Yep.
Headmare for 1.
Okay. 1 sec. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, and Octavia here is dangerous.
Or raise this barn.
Mm-hmm.
Counter. Counter. Counter.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure with raise, this will let
Raise this
me
barn.
hit the rest of the cards in the deck.
Please mill 6.
Okay.
Yes.
If you would like to see.
Okay.
Yep, there was that tranquility.
I'll do the
The
counters.
very end. And the Granny Smith.
You have
Yep.
priority.
Um.
Yeah, so that goes from the potential for like 16 AT from copying things to like. So you could play.
There's still a
Not
fair amount.
much.
You still have to read the manual.
Yeah.
And you were able to get enough unicorns out that you can still copy that. So that's
All of
something. You can
those.
copy Spider Surprise too.
That's fine.
Okay. Remove 2 counters. I'm the friend you need on Daring Do.
Yeah, it's not getting rid of a unicorn, but it is getting rid of potential AT and additional blue.
Exhaust Trixie. Exhaust Trixie.
And with the power counters now, even if something gets, well, unless you Spider Surprise like a Coriander or a Starlight, which you're probably not going to do, I can still confront Spell Showdown. So. Okay, I draw a Rock Turret. I would love to play that Rock Turret here. I cannot do it. Because I know that you have the Flurry Heart in hand.
Yep.
Scoreface.
Yep.
Confront Spell Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
Exhaust Starlight. Gain an AT. Pass turn.
Okay. Game 3. Ready. Ready. Let's see if this actually works now. 3. Play her.
All right.
And then 2. No, I need to return this to hand and do that. Which is still enough AT. Exhaust. Then, yeah. 1 for blue.
Sure.
Turn to hand. Then 2 for
Yep.
finally use blue.
Okay.
Yep.
And
2 because of
Okay.
Hatrix trigger on Magic Instructor entering play.
Go up to 10.
Yep. I have 10 AT. 10 AT. Let's see what we can do with 10 AT. We can go on 3 to play Starlight.
Uh-huh.
We can spend 2 to play a Lustrodon.
Uh-huh.
There's Luster.
And 2 to move up my main.
Sure.
Okay. Then we can go to score phase.
Yep.
I can confront,
You sure
exhaust my main, and confront, and then do that. Pass turn.
Okay, you are scoring more points,
Okay.
and I need to draw a song.
Gain action tokens.
Score 2 points per turn. That's not a song.
Oh,
That is not a
But
song.
it is AT.
It is AT.
You've hit nothing with
is-
Spell Showdown, right?
I have hit literally nothing with Spell Showdown.
5 turns, if you were counting. 0 for 5.
Exhaust Factory check. It's fine. I'm not upset. I'm a little upset. Exhaust Trixie. Factory Jack for 1.
Yep.
Exhaust. Let's go draw some cards.
That is a card.
That's a cards. I'm the friend you need.
Mhm.
Banish Lusterdon.
Just incrementally remove the threats as much as possible. And yeah, you kind of got to use the
spider surprise.
the spider surprise here.
Down 3 on Octavia.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you paid the action tokens for that, so that's fine. Pay to draw.
Oh, hey, look.
That's helpful. I don't have white right now, but it is
That's
helpful.
interesting, isn't it?
Well, you have a singing barrel.
Smells Trixie.
I'll pay one more and draw, I think.
This is very interesting. Let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Spectacle is useful here. But I'm pretty sure I just go for the DFO.
Yep.
Score face.
Yes.
Confront each.
Mm-hmm.
Flips.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And that should make it now that Octavia is the top card of my deck. Which would be Spell Showdown number 6,
Entrance exam. Okay.
but now it's Entrance
That
Exam,
is good for
which
you.
is still good.
Goodbye, Coriander. Goodbye, Coriander.
More AT.
There's an argument that maybe I should have left one of the Corianders here in case I had a Luna's Future
We'll get rid
as a
of
means of getting stuff out of your hand, but
fewer count.
since I know I'm about to draw Octavia, and I don't believe you have another method of disruption, I can just do the Spectacle Hearts thing to
Okay.
remove the necessary pieces.
Yeah. Game 4. Oop, nope. Ready, 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 ready. Okay. Let's exhaust Trixie.
Many ATs.
Game AT. You'll have 5 AT. Okay. I will pay 1. Singing barrel into blue. Oh, not in my deck. Pay 3 for that.
Uh-huh.
Spend 2 to move up.
Sure.
And exhaust, and exhaust, and exhaust. And then we will go to score phase.
Score face is fine.
Confront for 1.
Yep.
And
Since you
element.
left the Singing Barrel in play here, you only have 2 cards at
That's
hand, so I don't need to do
five.
the Hearts thing twice now. I can just do it once.
Yeah.
My turn.
Okay. Yep.
Ready, reveal to spell for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, it's that Octavia.
Yep.
Let's exhaust the factory organizers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play 1. or pay 1 to play Singing Barrel. Naming white. Return Singing Barrel. I will play Octavia right here.
Mm-hmm.
I will play Heart's Strongest Horses. Please discard 2 cards. Yep.
Okay, and now with Flurry Heart out of the way, I can start removing other key pieces. So play Spectacle now from hand.
And you have a counter
Put
on
Trixie on top.
Yes.
Octavia.
Play I'm the Friend You Need from discard. Banish Daybreaker.
I will play
Use Roctorate, mill Trixie, and just go.
the Spectacle.
Yep.
Please put Trixie on top of your deck. Counter on Octavia. Counter on Trixie. I will remove 2 counters from Octavia to play I'm the Friend You Need, banishing your Daybreaker. Leaving 1 counter there. Moving that to banish. Spin 2. Move up. Starlight. Exhaust my main for an action token. I actually did this wrong. Whatever. It's fine. Starlight works. Play Roctorate. Please mill.
Yep. And then
confront.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that presents a GG.
Exhaust Starlight.
Yeah.
Pass.
Nothing left. Can't confront.
And so then here, yeah, you guaranteed win in this situation with the Rock Turret.
Yeah, I think there I
Okay,
could like
good game.
double confront. No, I think I couldn't double confront even if I spent all
do
my AT.
think
Yeah.
there was a good chance I could have
You
gotten
could double
it
confront if you spent
without
all your
the,
AT. You move.
the second.
You have
whatever
8
it was.
AT,
Without the coriander.
and you have
Yeah, without the
4
coriander.
3-power characters.
Yeah.
So move up, move up, move up, move up. But again, that only gets
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, that only gets you to 8, and then.
Yep.
Credit for persistence, though, Cheese.
Oh
Yeah.
Play to your outs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're down a game already. There's no room to concede, so
Yeah.
do what you can.
It was
Yeah, because like in this matchup, there like I definitely can win, and like I think we've played games where I have won before. Maybe not this specific version of the deck, but you had a very good early start, and it kind of I think requires you to have a slow start for me to be able to make it.
Probably so. Either you need to have a burst start while I have an average one, or I need to not have the hand disruption. And yeah, Bugle makes a point that was a game you could have won if I didn't draw Coriander right then, and that is absolutely correct. We did the math later on it, and yeah, that would have been enough for like 4 turns. And even if the Starlights were gone, there's still a likelihood that you would have been able to generate enough action tokens across those turns to just close out the game there. So, Coriander's a good card, especially when you already have hand knowledge. So,
That's the weakness of having those 2 combo pieces in hand. They're vulnerable to that.
Yep. I mean the mill deck is aware that the hand is the safest place to have cards against the mill deck, and so gotta have answers for that.
Yeah. But since this is the upper bracket, you're not out of the tournament yet. Please.
Yep.
We don't know yet who your opponent is going to be. I'll throw the bracket up there. Spoilers, if you haven't seen my match against Hithrock yet, Hithrock won.
He did.
He did. It was a good match. That's over on YouTube. I'll bring the link over here in a second. But Cheese is down on the other side of the bracket, waiting for the loser of our match next week, Tom and Bugle. And you, likewise, Grandpas, are in the upper final, waiting for the winner of that match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have a flurry of lower bracket results coming in over the course of the next couple weeks here, because we got a couple of matches to get through before the lower bracket semifinals, which will be the first one to be up on stream. So do look out for that.
I need to go watch your and Hithrock's game. I have not seen it, so.
Yes, you do. It is fair game for me to spoil pieces of it now because it's been up on YouTube for a couple of days. Let me just throw that over there. Hello. As a reminder, those lower bracket games will not be on Twitch. If you want to see them, YouTube is the place to be. There was the match of me versus Hithrock is it's a good one. He also did some fun lunch break shenanigans in one of his games. Our
Everybody
losers.
loves lunch break.
So, even though I was on the receiving end of it, I enjoyed it wholeheartedly. It was a roller coaster for the opposing player, me, as I said, of him basically being like, "Oh, the combo, does it work? No, it doesn't work. Okay, I'll play a lunch break. Okay, does it work yet? No. Okay, I'll play another lunch break." And each
More lunch
time,
breaks.
yeah, I'm like thinking, okay, it doesn't work. No, we got to keep going. But yeah, cool match. But yeah, it is losers semifinals. That'll be the first match to go up on stream, just to relieve some of the pressure. Basically, the person who wins the upper bracket finals gets a bit of a break in the tournament. Another thing to play for in that match.
Exciting, exciting.
Anyway, thank you to everybody. So I should say that is going to be the end of our stream today. That's all the footage we've got. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming out and watching. Thank you to my two co-commentators, both for playing and for being with me to call the match
Thank you for organizing the event, sir.
and provide
Yep.
your insight. Yeah, we'll be back next week with Tom and Bugle. Until then, have a good night, everyone.
Night.
Night.